Alright everybody, how's it going? This is my first proper motovlog video, I guess. MotoChase here, I don't know if I like that name yet, working title, but I'm out here, in beautiful Bonita. It's a wonderful sunny day. And yeah, we're just here taking a lunchtime ride. I'm on my lunch break right now from work. I did try making a video yesterday. It was going great. About 16 or 17 minutes in, something like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in neutral now. But 17 minutes in, my ND filter fell off, which overexposed the entire video. If you see me looking like this, it's just me checking to see if I have my ND filter on. And actually, you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a rubber band holding it in place this time because it's magnetic and the magnets are not very strong. We're gonna get going here real quick. It's a cool Mustang. Make sure nobody's coming through. For whatever reason, people tend to run that red light right there a lot. So just gotta double check here. But yeah, today we're just going on a ride. Quick little lunchtime ride. And we're just gonna talk. We're gonna talk about motorcycling and other stuff. Maybe what this channel is gonna be in the future, but essentially I have no clue what I'm gonna do with this channel yet. No clue what I'm gonna do with this channel. Right now, I'm a new rider, new motorcycle rider. I've only been riding since like October. I got this bike. This is a I'll show you guys later, but this is a 2022 Royal Enfield Continental GT650. Super long name, love that. Gas is expensive, dude. If you live in California, you know that gas is really expensive right now. Well, not so much as when it was like peak COVID, but yeah, I'm a new rider. Been riding since, I don't know, October or something. Prior to that, I've only ridden a bike one time. I did take the CMSP course in order to get like my endorsement or whatever, and that's so I didn't have to take the driving test at the DMV, or the riding test, I guess. But yeah, there's a cool scooter right there. But I think it was, I had my bike already. I bought this thing before I even had my license, but I think it was like a week or two after I got that endorsement from the CMSP course. It was after I got that, maybe a week or two, I got my license at the DMV. And sorry if my talking is kind of choppy. Since I'm so new at this, I mean, I feel comfortable on the bike, but since I'm so new, I really try to make a point to focus when I'm going fast. But yeah, prior to that course, the reason I got this bike actually is because prior to the course even, a family friend, my girlfriend's cousin, bought the same exact bike. He just has it in a different color. But I tried it. I tried it and I instantly fell in love with, I guess, motorcycling in general. Maybe is what I fell in love with. I didn't really know anything about bikes. I was always against motorcycles, especially in San Diego or California, I guess. But I was always against it for years. For years I was against it. My girlfriend, even when we started dating back in like 2018, she always wanted to ride a motorcycle and she wanted to take the course with me, but I never wanted to do it because I thought it was stupid. I thought it was too dangerous, which it is. Motorcycling is dangerous. Don't let anybody ever tell you that it's not, because it's super fucking dangerous. We're out here like almost dying, I guess, every day. I mean, I very rarely get into close calls, and I try to ride within my limits, but yeah, before this, I really had no interest in motorcycling, and as soon as I hopped on that bike for the first time, I felt like I needed one. And yeah, so we're gonna go around, we're gonna take a loop real quick and just talk. We're gonna go out probably to Hotel Lakes Road, get a little bit of speed in maybe, I don't know, and just talk. But yeah, this this channel is, I have no clue what to do with it yet, you know. I'm excited about motorcycling, so obviously I want to do that type of stuff. Whether that's these more you know, motovlog style with the helmet audio videos, or the exhaust audio videos. That's something that I'm really into. Is like, I'll fall asleep to his name is Scrambler of London. I'll fall asleep to that dude's videos. He's just got a really nice Triumph that he rides around London, and it sounds good. He's got a good setup, you know, shoots in 4K. I think he shoots in 24 FPS, which is what I'm doing. That's why I need this ND filter, because I want to make quality content, you know. But I love falling asleep to those types of videos. It's like motorcycle ASMR. So I have one video like that. If you haven't seen it yet, you know, go check it out. It's on my channel. I don't know how to link it. I can try doing that. It's so funny because I see all these people. Look at this guy, bro. He doesn't. That dude did not give a single fuck. But I say a lot. I was saying this in my last video too, but I'm pretty sure I have undiagnosed ADHD because I can never seem to finish a single thought. I see something and I focus on that. This guy's going really fast right here. for a big car. This is Southwestern College right here, actually. This is where they do the CMSP course. Southwestern College, kind of in, you know, South San Diego or Bonita, Chula Vista area, sort of. So if you're in San Diego, you know, if you're looking to do some motorcycle riding, let's just take a left right here. If you're learning, you know, a new rider, or you're trying to become a rider, go ahead and take that CMSP course. It's worth it, in my opinion. It's kind of expensive. It's like, I think if I remember correctly, it was like $300, which is a lot. It's no easy, you know, chunk of change. For some people it might be, but it's a lot, and it's an entire weekend of your time. You know, you can kind of choose what you want to do, but most people do the weekend thing where it's literally like from 7 to 5, dude. 7 a.m. to like 5 p.m. You're doing like an online course or class with an instructor, and then there's the, sorry, I just had to pull right there, it felt so good. But you have like, I think 2 or 3 hours and maybe 4 hours or something like that on the online course with the instructor, and then you actually go to Southwestern College where we were just at, and that's where you take the riding portion of it. The first day, you know, you're doing, you've never done it before. If you have done it, then you already know this, but you just do a lot of slow stuff at first. For like the first few hours, you're learning, you know, the friction zone, how that stuff works, and by the end of it, dude, you're doing like, not super fast, but you're doing road speed turns. You're going like 25, 30 miles an hour maybe if you're pushing yourself, and you're feeling good. I passed it. The instructor said I passed with flying colors. She did recommend that you know, I'm sure she says this to everybody that passes, but she did recommend that I continue practicing, like doing proper practicing, which I will admit I have not been doing. I did it maybe for like the first couple weeks that I had the bike. I took it out to a small lot, and that's where I did a lot of my practice, like emergency braking, the kind of taking off too, which is good to know, especially in situations if you don't live in California where you can lane split. Even if you do live in California, it's good to know how to take off quickly, which I still need practice on, honestly. Once this light turns red, I can try to get a good pull in. Let's see. I feel like pretty quick. Not like the fastest thing in the world, obviously. If I was on a sport bike, might be a little bit quicker, but should be quick enough, especially for something like this. Nice little parallel twin, 650. This thing is not fast by any means, and honestly, that's probably a good thing. Probably a good thing. What the fuck is this guy doing? This dude's an idiot, bro. But yeah, probably a good thing. I should be turning left here, but I think I'll go straight. Take a left through these side streets, you know. I already forgot what I was talking about. Oh, the bike. Yeah, this bike is good, man. It's fast enough to make me like motorcycling, you know. I do get like a solid rush out of motorcycling. I feel like I would probably hurt myself on something that's quicker, like a sport bike, or even like a naked bike, like a Yamaha MT-07. My best friend has that bike, or he had it. He just sold it, but he was telling me during my first video that I need to work on my throttle control, and I agree. Wow, this thing sounds good. But with this bike, I mean, you can be choppy with the throttle. It just doesn't respond as quickly probably as something like a Yamaha MT-07 or maybe a sport bike. But I really like this bike so far. I haven't really had too many complaints about this bike. The only thing that I don't like is, and it's probably my own fault, it's like probably 99% my own fault when it comes to shifting, but I do find false neutrals every now and then on this bike. But again, that's probably me just not clicking the shifter hard enough. So probably my own fault, but that's really the only thing I don't like about this bike. I love the way it looks. I kind of want to just jump off and show you guys real quick, because this thing, like, I mean, but take a look at this thing, man. It's nice. I'll show you guys another look at it in a little bit when I get a proper place to stop, but it's got some CRG bar end mirrors that I got for a gift, Christmas gift. And as you can see, I also have this this windscreen. I'll see if I can put a link to the windscreen in the description, but it's by a company called Dart. I think it's called the Dart Classic Fly Screen or something like that. I really like it. I think it elevates the look of the bike. And if you haven't heard or noticed, I also took off the stock mufflers for this bike, and I love the sound. It sounds like a baby Harley, and I know that I've heard, you know, loud bikes save lives or whatever. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think it can help you in a situation where you're like passing by a car or something, you know. At least they'll be able to hear you. But in my experience, even in a car, I don't hear motorcycles coming, if they're straight piped or not. I don't hear them coming until they're literally right next to me or slightly in front of me. And I think that's just... literal, like, design of the bike. The exhaust goes out the back, and therefore so does the sound. The sound travels out, you know, the rear of the bike through the exhaust. But I really like the way it sounds. I've heard good things. You know, it's not as refined as I would like it to be, and eventually I'll get some, you know, aftermarket slip-ons to put on it. I'm gonna turn left here on Proctor. We're gonna take sort of the back roads on the way home here, but there I go again. I can't wait to watch this video back and sort of give myself, you know, constructive criticism and feedback on the way that I talk. I do think that if maybe I'm not the most modest person, but I think I have a good voice for this type of stuff. I just need to work on what I'm saying and how I articulate that. That's something that I need to work on for sure. Let's do another exhaust check. Get me out of here. Get me out of this light, man. My guess is that this is going to be very windy. It is quite windy right now. Like I can feel the wind and I can hear it through my helmet, so I'm assuming you guys can too. Hopefully my voice is picking up more than this wind is, you know. If not, you know, it's whatever. There's plenty of motovloggers out there who don't give a shit. And to be fair, as a viewer, it doesn't really bother me so much anyways. I just really want to put out, you know, good looking and good sounding content, and that's where this whole setup comes in. You know, I did my research. Granted, it's limited research, but you know, I got the GoPro Hero 8 with some ND filters, so I can make some really nice videos. And then for my audio, I'm running, it's like a handheld audio recorder. It's called the Tascam DRO5. I'll also link that down in the description if you're curious about my setup, or you're just curious about motovlogging, or some, you know, whatever. I'll link that in case you're interested. And I'm also running a microphone called the Movo lavalier mic, and this thing is great. I have no complaints with it so far. I do like that there's no adapter needed or anything. I mean, it goes straight into the Tascam, which is a 3.5 millimeter, whatever. But I've heard mixed reviews about the oh my god, can we just take a second? It is so beautiful. And you're about to see a huge green hillside too. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to come this way. But you'll see this green hillside right here sort of peeking out, and oh my god, it's so beautiful. We just had a couple weeks of like straight up rain here in San Diego, and it's funny because like people meme on us San Diegans because when it rains all we do is talk about rain. But look at this, oh my gosh, all we do is talk about rain. And it's true, we do, because I mean, it's San Diego. We're supposed to have the best, you know, weather in the world, but this whole like hillside is just beautiful green, and everything else is too. If you look over to the right here, you can see this, is that the reservoir? I need to brush up on my San Diego geography, man. But let me know in the comments, guys. How does this look? How does this sound? Do you have any feedback for me? Because I've said it multiple times, but I'm really trying to put out quality content. Like I don't want to start this channel putting out mediocre content. And you know, depending on what this channel is going to be, I'm going to have to put some like really good content out there, especially if I don't want to do just motovlogging. If you don't know who I am, which if you don't know who I am, you know, for a while at least, I'm probably not going to let you know who I am. I'm going to sort of remain anonymous, just because I don't want people knowing who I am on a motorcycle. It's not that I do questionable things. I try to stay within my limits, and I said this before. I try to stay. That's another thing I do a lot, guys. I say the same thing over and over again because I don't know what to talk about. What I should do is, you know, get a post-it note, put it on my gas tank, and figure out like, or just have a list so I know what I'm talking about. I can refer back to it, or you know, I could just be a smart cookie and and not have anything like that and just remember it with my brain. But like I said, undiagnosed ADHD, I think. This area is so beautiful. All those yellow flowers, which are actually just weeds, those are those are kind of sprouting near my house right now. It's giving my dogs some allergies. But you know what? I think I know where I want to go. Let's turn right here. There's like a little area where we can stop and I can show you guys the bike. That's a pretty cool like little Polaris thing. Polaris Ranger, I think, yeah. My neighbor had one of those when I was a kid. Never got to ride it though, or drive it, or ride in it. I need to learn how to turn off my blinker, man. It's something that I forget constantly. We're gonna kind of chill through here because these are some nice homes, and I'm sure nice people live here, and they don't want people just ripping through this area. It's a cool blue house. But we're gonna stop over here. We're gonna make a U-turn. Actually, there's a really nice trail nearby that I just went hiking on. Look at these flowers. I hope it looks good. I hope it looks good with the ND filter. But looks like there's someone already stopped here. That was literally where I was gonna go, which is funny. I assume this guy lives here. If I stop, I wonder if he's gonna say anything. He might be waiting for someone. But I'm just gonna kind of pull up here, a little bit of gravel, keep this bike upright. I'm gonna stop here. I don't care what this guy thinks. I'm gonna stop here, give you guys a look at the bike. But yeah, so I have the bar end mirrors, and I've got this windscreen here, which just gives it a cool look. Honestly, it doesn't do too much in terms of function. I think it does a little bit, like the wind sort of cuts over it and hits me in the neck instead of the chest, which is nice, and the face. It kind of goes right across my neck, which is really cool. I took off the stock mufflers, as you can see. I don't think it really looks that good. I might do like a header wrap on this, and even wrap it all the way to the end, unless I decide that I want to put slip-ons on it. I kind of do want to put slip-ons. I don't want to shell out $300 or $400 on slip-ons, and you know shipping's gonna be crazy. But yeah, Royal Enfield GT650 in the Dux Deluxe color. I really like it. I might actually, who knows what's gonna happen in the future, man. There's a lot of things you can do to customize this bike, but I think eventually I'll end up doing a whole fender delete, change out the lights, you know. All these these plastic blinkers are cool because they have that retro look, but I also probably put an LED in there. I notice in the nighttime the headlight, it does enough, but it's easy to outrun your headlights if you're not paying attention at night. Yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, I really like this bike. If I can turn it into a straight up like cafe racer where I take away that double seat, you know, the pillion seat, touring seat or whatever. But yeah, I love this thing, man. All right, let's head home. I kind of gotta get back to work. My lunch break is probably, close my visor here. I gotta be careful when closing my visor. Yesterday, when I went out to do my first motovlog, yesterday I clicked down my visor and I took off this ND filter that's right here on my lens because it's only held by a magnet. Today I have that rubber band like I told you before, so we'll see how this looks. Hopefully the rubber band isn't caught in the picture, but we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. If you know who I am, I meant to mention this before. I think I started talking about this and then I just stopped. But if you know who I am, you know that I'm a musician. You know that I play video games, and that I love motorcycles now. And I'll probably keep this one for a while until I get my next bike. It's not that I don't feel comfortable on this thing or that I'm not ready for the next one. I just think that it would be smart for me to keep this bike for a few years, you know. Also, I have been practicing my stop signs. I'm gonna go back to what I was saying. I realized that I just stopped talking about it already, but I've been practicing my footless stops. I do make it a habit to put my foot down, you know, coming to a stop, my left foot down, right foot covering the rear brake. There's a guy coming out here. Okay, we're good. But he probably didn't even hear that. That's so funny. This thing sounds like, I mean, motorcycle horns in general are notorious for not sounding like anything. That was nice. But yeah, so I'm a musician, you know. I not only a musician, I don't really consider myself a recording artist anymore, but I have music out there, and I'm reluctant to share that with people just because I don't want anyone to know who I am. But if you know me, that could be what this channel, you know, turns into. I more of like a just a general this is me type of channel where I vlog, you know, my camping trips. I'm big into camping. Me and my brothers have our trucks for overlanding and stuff. We don't actually really go overlanding, but we do go on camping trips. So I might start doing some GoPro footage for that. Anything music related if I get back into it. I just haven't had the inspiration lately to do music related stuff, and that's kind of where this channel comes in handy too. Like it's a good sort of alternative, I guess you could say. Let's go right. Good sort of alternative to making music, in the sense that, you know, once I get home, I'm gonna take the SD cards out of both my GoPro and the Tascam. I'm gonna upload to my computer. I'm gonna send that WAV file from the audio recorder to Logic, and I'll do a little bit of post-production. You know, I'll probably do some EQing, bring out that road and wind noise, maybe do like a low pass filter around 80 hertz or something like that, and then bring up the EQ in sort of the mid-range EQ band, just because it makes the bike sound sort of better. I do want it to be like as raw as possible, but I want it to sound good for you guys, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then when it comes to the video, I'm just using iMovie, dude. Like I don't have Final Cut. I have what's it called? DaVinci Resolve, I think. I just haven't figured out how to use it yet. And iMovie does what I need it to do. I can export in 4K. You know, I can do it at relatively low, because I like to export MP4 files, not those full-on video files that are like 100 gigs or whatever. I did that for my last video, and it took like over 24 hours for it to, it's gonna be a little dirty right here. Gotta go slow. This guy's, just watch, but generally I can probably get a video done, like editing and everything, and uploaded in maybe a matter of like 3 hours or less. It just depends on how long the video is. But yeah, it's just nice to be able to take, like, from an audio perspective, it's nice to be able to take something that's raw like this motorcycle audio, and to be able to do some post-production on it. I do have some songs in the works where I'm doing my own production, which is a big deal because my album that I had put out was produced by just an amazing producer and good friend that I haven't talked to in a long time. But it's cool to take some of the stuff that I've learned from him and that I put into my own music that I have, you know, in the works, and put it into this. You know, it's just another creative outlet that I feel like I need, because, you know, like I said before, I'm just not feeling very musically inspired. But this just feels great. Even when I got home, you know, yesterday, and I was upset that my ND filter fell off. It was shattered, by the way. I'll see if I can add it to this video somehow. I got the audio set up. Oh shit, my ND filter just fell. It was completely shattered. I knocked it off in the middle of a busy intersection, you know, and I went about a half mile before I could make a U-turn, and I turned around, parked, and walked out into the middle of the street. Like, I'm sure I held up traffic, but I walked out into the middle of the street and picked it up, and it was literally just the rim or the outline of the filter. Like, the actual lens itself is completely broken. So I'll see if I can add that in right here, just so you can see what it looks like when you're running a camera at certain settings and all of a sudden your ND filter comes off. It's really frustrating because it just gets completely overblown. But we'll see how this video looks. There's probably going to be a lot less post-production that I'm going to have to do in terms of reducing the exposure, because on the ND16 filter that I was using, it was road work. That means people are gonna be going slow. This is the most fun area to like go fast in, but the ND16 filter that I was using, it was too bright. I had to bring the exposure down to compensate for it, bringing it down a few stops. And this is an ND32 filter, which is only one more stop down, but hopefully there's a lot less that I can do in post-production and ultimately come out with a cleaner video. But we're sort of coming to a close on this video here. I'm getting close to home. But yeah, hey, if you're in the San Diego area, or you're from Bonita or something, and you want to go ride, if you're a new rider, an experienced rider, and you need some friends, I need some friends. In general, I need some freaking friends, man. I have like 2 or 3 best friends, and they all live not where I live. So isn't it weird? Isn't that weird saying that you have 2 or 3 best friends? Like what? I don't know. Now I'm just talking. Now I'm just talking. I just got hit by a bee, I think. A bee just ran into my helmet. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here, guys. You know, just because I'm getting a little bit close to home, or at least end it in the next few minutes here. See if I can catch this light real quick. I need to work on my shifting going into turns. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna end the video here, you guys. You know, if you liked what you saw, leave a like, you know, comment, subscribe. It's gonna help me build this channel, and that's basically that's really what I want to do. I want to build this channel into something that not necessarily like is monetized or anything, but I do just want to create content, I think, and that's the biggest thing. I just want to get content out there, and if you enjoyed, you know, the video, just leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're gonna turn left here, and yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Adios.